Hi, I'm Simon from the Ferret and I have something pretty big in front of me. This is the Stigo e-scooter. Oh yeah, and it's foldable as well. So this is actually meant for people who take trains or who take public transport and then they have to walk a very big distance to their work, for example. It's too far to walk and you can't use a car, so you can use the Stigo. It's very easy to carry around. It's like a trolley you would carry around actually, because it has those wheels on the back as well, and it's foldable as you can see as well. So in the box you get two keys. This is one key. You just press this against the white circle and then you turn it on via the button over here. This thing can go up to, normally it says 30 kilometers an hour, but of course it depends on your weight. Like for example, for me it will be 28. It will never get to 30 kilometers an hour because that's the maximum limit when no one is sitting on it. So yeah. Also you'll need insurance for this thing and you'll need a license plate as well on the back. So that's also important to know. So I'm going to check this thing out and see how well it performs, how well it turns, how fast it goes, how safe it is. And yeah, I'm going to give my opinion after I tried it, so I'm going to try it right now. Alright, so I've used the Stigo a couple of days and I can say my honest opinion about the device right now, I think. First impressions about the Stigo were that it's a very easy device to operate. It's very easy to start out. You just sit on it and you pull the trigger or the handle and it works. I have no experience with scooters whatsoever. I have some experience with skateboards, but I didn't have any issue starting this thing up. Comfortable. It's also way more comfortable than a electric skateboard, because on an electric skateboard you have to stand up and on the Stigo you can sit down and it's actually very comfortable and you can just go ahead and ride it. As usage go, I would say it's a perfect device for very busy cities where, for example, there's a lot of traffic and you can't use your car, or if you don't have a car, for example, you can use a Stigo and yeah, it goes pretty fast. It goes around 25 kilometers an hour. Here's the miles an hour. And yeah, that's the most important thing for me, that it goes fast, that it's safe and that it works well. Of course, it's electric, so it's very quiet, and yeah, the horn, the honk, is very loud, like extremely loud. I was impressed by the loudness of the honk, so that's safe as well. Charging is very easy. You just plug it into your normal charging socket and after a couple of hours it's fully charged, so yeah, that's good. When you fold it back down, it's very easy to take with you because there are two wheels coming from the bottom of the Stigo which are used to drive it around, and you can carry it just like you would carry your... And you can carry it just like you would carry your suitcase. Last positive thing is that, as I already said, it's very easy to operate, it's very easy to drive, but it's also very easy to turn. I was a little worried about it turning because it would be a little stiff, but it's actually very easy, and yeah, it worked perfectly. And now on to the negative things about the Stigo, because those are the most important things in my opinion. I wanted to take the Stigo with me to some of my friends, and it was not easy getting it inside my car. I have a Volvo V40 and I wanted to put it in my trunk on the back, but I couldn't put it in there. I was able to put it on the back seat, or when I would put my back seats down, that would be possible. But if you're like, if there's like someone on the back seat and you can't put your back seats down, then you'll have a little problem. I could have tried putting it in when it's not fully folded, because maybe if I could bend it over a little bit on the wheel or on the steering wheel, it would fit maybe. I don't know, I didn't try that. So in that case, but of course, maybe it's not something you would take in your car with you, I don't know. There's no storage rack on the backside to put your things on. If you have like a backpack with you, you have to keep it on your shoulders. You can't put it on the Stigo on the back. So that's maybe something you have to take in consideration when buying this thing. When the battery is dead, you can't do anything with it. With a skateboard, for example, an electric skateboard, you can still push it and it will recharge. With the Stigo, you can't do anything. Yeah, no, you can maybe try and push yourself, but I wouldn't recommend that. I have to say the battery goes on for a long while, so that's good. But if you forget to charge it, yeah, you'll have a problem. But charging in half an hour, you can do a lot of miles with it after a half-hour charge. So if you see a coffee stop on your stop, for example, just plug it in and you're good. Because the charger is very small and you can take it with you. The opening and folding process is a little bit difficult when you try it at first, but it gets better over time. But when you try it at first, you'll get frustrated because it doesn't work perfectly at the first time, but it will work over time, so that's not really a big issue. This is one which has to do with safety. When we were testing this thing out, we drove in some holes, some pits in the roads. Belgium is a very bad country when it comes to driving on roads, and it was not that safe, because when you drive inside a little small pit in the ground with your front wheel, it's okay, but with your back wheel, the Stigo goes up, so that way you almost fall off. But it didn't happen every time. It happened like 1 or 2 times, but it was easy to keep it in hand and not to fall. So yeah, it's a small problem, but it's something you can take into consideration. So last thing which is important, you need a number plate. The Stigo has to have insurance as well. And you need a driver's license. So that are 3 things. If you don't have those, well, you can't, I wouldn't recommend buying it. But yeah, those are important as well. But overall, I'd say the Stigo is a good device when you're looking for something to use in crowded areas, or if you can't use your car, for example. It's perfect also for a bit elder people, or for people who won't be able to drive a skateboard, because driving a skateboard is not for everyone, I can assure you that. And the Stigo is very easy to operate. I gave it to some of my friends who operated it, and they didn't drive a scooter before, and they were just like whoop, and they're on it and they were gone. It's safe if you know how to use it, and it's not that fast, so you won't be blown away by it if you drive fast. And yeah, it just works well. There are some negative things about it, which I already said in the video. So yeah, you'll have to make up for yourself. Is this thing worth the money? It's not that cheap, of course, but it reflects on what you're getting, of course. And do you need something like that to use inside your city, for example, or to your school, to your work, to your hobby, for example? For me, it wouldn't be interesting because my work is pretty far away, so using the Stigo wouldn't really work. And also, yeah, I can use my car. I don't live in a busy neighborhood, so for me, not interesting. But maybe for you, in New York, for example, look at Casey Neistat. If you replace his skateboard with a Stigo, it would work perfectly as well. So yeah, It's up to you if I recommend it or not. If you have any questions regarding the Stigo, let them know in the comment section down below and I'll be very glad to answer them. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. If you didn't, or if there are things you didn't like, leave them in the comment section down below as well, and leave a dislike as well so I know it. I hope I'll see you in our next video. Bye bye.